All right, welcome everybody to the Flopbuster Movie Show live with Tony, Gabe, and the one and only Sky Selenite. And we are doing our very first watch along.
First ever.
First ever. We're going to do these for sex comedies, I think.
I've been asking you to do one of these for like years now.
I know. So now we're doing it, and it's going to be a great movie. 40-Year-Old Virgin. And
Adrian, you need to shut down your audio.
Yeah, sorry. For first time caller, long time listener.
But it's going to be the 40-Year-Old Virgin. So kick back, relax, grab a drink if you have one. We're going to tell some stories. We're going to have some fun, and we'll tell you when to hit play.
Speaking of drinks, right? When you sponsor, we got Modelo, the Michelada pineapple right there.
Pina?
Oh, okay.
It's a beautiful drink. I highly suggest it.
There's never an episode where we're both drinking.
What are you drinking, Tony?
Diet Coke. That's
you got a fridge full of drinks, and you're
guess what I'm drinking. Coke? Take a guess what I'm drinking.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Prime.
I am drinking Bud Light, brother.
Are you actually drinking Bud Light?
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's the drink of freedom.
Let's see.
No, I'm just kidding. It's a Dr. Pepper.
I see.
But I do consider myself as a bisexual. I mean, I'm straight. You know what I mean? But I do love my presidents, Trump and Joe Biden, 2024.
All right,
baby.
let's move it on. No politics talks. Let's move it on.
We allowed him the one. With the fact that we've allowed you to wear whatever you're wearing.
Yeah, because you can't even see the shirt. You're like, oh, can I wear the hat with the shirt? And you can't even see the shirt. So it doesn't even matter.
He is wearing a Biden 2024 shirt. He's got like laser beams out of his eyes and a Keep America.
We're moving this on.
It's a good, I will say, regardless of the politics, it's a good look. It's a good fit.
It really is.
You look like a poor man's version of Joe Dirt.
Joe Dierte.
Joe Dierte.
That's like garden dig.
It's a Mexican version of Joe Dierte.
Julian, man, I wish he was down for this actually, because Julian relates to the waxing scene.
I told him just jump on. He's driving. Those are just fucking excuses.
I know. Maybe he could come on halfway through. But we did wax Julian. Maybe we'll do a sequel to that.
We live stream Julian getting waxed.
Yo, can we wax him on our short?
We could. We could.
Like, we could do like an ass cheek wax for Julian.
I'd
like to get that on record.
We did a chest wax. He did 2 strips. He tapped out. He was bleeding.
Oh,
it was
man.
pretty bad.
I wish I had chest hair.
You do not want it the way he had it.
Well, what about the pubes? Did you guys wax your pubes?
I don't think so.
Oh, you want to hear something funny? I actually learned this. There's this guy on YouTube I followed, and he was talking about how like he was doing the difference between Twitter and Rumble. I mean Twitter and Thread, the new Thread.
The new Thread.
Follow them on Thread. Follow me on Thread. Follow Tony and Gabe on Thread. Anyways, so my point is like this guy was talking about like, for YouTube though, they found a loophole to show nudity for like educational purposes, and like YouTube won't take it down or demonetize it, but as long as for educational purposes. So there's this guy who was teaching how to near your butthole, so everything was on screen. So I'm like, dude, I did this a long ass time ago. Remember I told you about that, Tony, when we were going to school? That could have been me. I could have been viral.
What is this story? What are you saying?
My point is like, you can now see people nearing their buttholes on YouTube.
Oh, naring.
Yeah, naring.
Yeah. Oh, that's disgusting.
It could have been me.
Why would you want to watch this?
Who searches this stuff on YouTube?
I don't know. Weird people, but
there's websites for that. You don't have to go to YouTube for this. There's other websites.
Maybe there's like virgin Christians or a religious person that was like parental lock on their computer or something like that. I don't know.
Why would, out of all the things you can search on the internet, why would it be a man naring his balls?
His butthole?
Yeah, why would it be that one very specific thing?
Educational purposes, I guess.
Fair enough.
There's nothing educational about it.
It's different ways you can do it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get this started. I'll tell you guys when to press play, and then anybody that's watching later on, if you want to watch with us, you'll be able to press play.
We're at the 18-second mark.
Yes, if you're watching on Amazon Prime, it's the 18-second mark. I guess it would be the same thing in the DVD too. So it would be right after the FBI logo warnings
And
then
rated R,
the rated R MPA rating, and then we'll get this started real quick though, because we always talk about news at the beginning. Gabe, you saw some movies, so maybe we should talk about that in less than 2 minutes, and then we'll get started.
All right, Insidious sucked. Wasn't scary. Directing was good. The acting was good. Other than that, there's nothing scary about Insidious. That's it. That's my quickest review ever.
Oh, well, fair enough.
You told me under 2 minutes. I mean, fuck it.
All right. Well, I saw another movie called The Sounds of Freedom, and I'm just fine. I did not see that. But we'll go ahead and we'll get started.
Are you
the 40-year-old version?
Are you gonna count us down to 3 so we can all press play together?
Yes. So okay. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, play.
I'll be back.
Who is that? Is
okay. Well, is that your audio or his audio?
That's not my audio. It just seems to be getting louder. You know, YouTube's so weird about this stuff too. Like, what is the?
I know we're gonna be taken down here.
What is the proper way to like stream this? You know.
Goodbye, horses. Just kidding.
Adrian, I'm gonna need you to lower yours a tad because we can still hear yours.
You should just watch it with captions on.
You could do that too, or just keep it loud enough so you can still hear the jokes.
Morning wood. Don't you hate when that happens? That's the worst.
Isn't he?
Did you ever have to bend down like that? Because I usually just have to move to myself like left or right, not bending
I usually,
over.
You know, I usually sit. One time, like I thought maybe if I sat down.
You know what? I've done the sitting technique.
I forgot if my shit was still sticking up, so I accidentally peed all over my face. I wasn't paying attention.
You guys, so we're on YouTube, but I mean, fuck it, nobody's watching. I mean, this show has become off the rails. I have a pretty disgusting story. It's not involving me, but it's something that happened yesterday.
Okay.
Fuck. I don't even know if I want to say this on YouTube, man.
You might as well say it now. It's out there.
Damn it. There's a lot of people that watch this that are going to be really turned up. But if you're watching a raunchy comedy with this, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
What do people expect?
Exactly.
You gotta lower it down more.
Dude, you know what's crazy? Whoever's audio that is right now that I can hear is in sync with my TV.
That's probably mine.
Yeah,
that means we're identical. We're identical.
Oh my gosh,
how it's being played, because everything that happened right now was like literally like giving audio to my screen.
That's awesome, actually.
I love Andy in this movie too. Like one of the things I love about this movie is, as funny as it is, it can be relatable to any situation.
Oh, absolutely.
And every character in here is such a sweetheart. It's like a group of friends that you wish you had.
Yeah. I mean, we are that group of friends that we wish we have, though.
That is true. This is a movie that we quoted a lot throughout film school. Our friend Adam, R.I.P., he loved this movie. God bless his soul. Okay, so this is I guess real quick while they intro these characters, there's Jane Lynch there.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Do you think that was like a porn star or something?
I always assumed that. You know,
just to make it on purpose. You know, just because he's a virgin.
So yesterday, speaking of the movie Joyride. Well, not speaking. Me and Gabe were talking about Joyride at the beginning of the show. I was looking I saw a reaction to the movie on Threads, or not Threads, Twitter. I saw it on Twitter and I clicked on it. And I was looking at the hashtag to see what other people were seeing of the movie. The thing with Twitter is there's a lot of people that use popular hashtags to push pornography.
Oh my God.
So when I clicked on the hashtag for Joyride, a video of a man ejaculating into his own mouth was the first thing that popped up on my screen. And I already felt a little tipsy from the night of drinking, and it was pretty disgusting. It was beyond disgusting. And I felt, and you know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the link in the chat for our viewers and for you guys to watch as well, if that's okay with you.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Gabe
wants no part of that video.
Gabe wants to reenact that video.
Not at all. I'm just I'm just thinking over here that you got to lower down your volume a little bit more, just because you could still hear it in the headphones.
I can't really hear his anymore.
It's still there.
It's because my dang surround sound.
Lower one step down. I mean, it's got to be loud enough for you.
It's on mute now.
Oh, you should be good. Yeah, it's not me. Can't even hear it.
You know what? Pablo's in the other room listening to his TV loud. Yeah.
You should get this DVD, Gabe.
Which one? The McDonald?
The Michael McDonald DVD.
No, thanks. I'm going to pass on that.
Okay.
This episode's wild, man.
Then the whole audience is in here.
It started wild.
We started at like a 10. We've gone crazy. And honestly, even the talk about the ejaculation video, it doesn't even seem to be, in hindsight, it's not the craziest part of this.
Did you watch the whole thing?
No, I did not watch the whole thing.
You know what, though? It's funny that you talk about the ejaculation video, and then they're talking about Seth Rogen was talking about the horse ejaculation video that he was watching.
They felt bad for the girl and the horse.
What's worse, to be honest, like, what's worse to like open up on your screen and see a horse ejaculating or a man ejaculating? Like, what do you think is worse?
I think a man ejaculating, but then if it's a horse ejaculating on a woman, then that's worse.
I
don't want any of these things on my screen.
But you were the ones that's looking for it. You're looking for Joyride. Like, you already know. You already know what you're looking for when you're looking for Joyride.
Yeah, the hashtag to see reactions of the movie.
I'm sure.
We have a show about movies. In what way is Joyride some kind of sex code?
I mean,
Who would have thought that?
You got to search things up on Urban Dictionary first, and then you're like, oh, okay, that's sex tag.
Oh,
right. So
this is something
you just
you
looked up
do in your free
Joyride?
time. Exactly.
Of course, I look up stuff on freaking Urban Dictionary all the time just to make sure I'm safe.
Something that everybody needs to know is Gabe just makes up things as he goes along.
Do you know what an angry pirate is?
I don't know what that is.
See, there you go. But if you looked it up on freaking Urban Dictionary, you know what it is, and then you don't have to search for angry pirates.
Okay, Mr. Urban Dictionary, what's a blumpkin?
A blumpkin is when you're getting head while you're taking a shit on the toilet.
What's a Z job? What's the Fruit Loop job?
We don't talk about the Fruit Loop job.
Man, this makes me think about Circuit City so much. I mean, this is essentially supposed to be a Circuit City that they're working in.
I hated Circuit City when it was.
I was gonna say, you guys ever shot that at Circuit City? I never shot there.
Circuit City was like bad. It was terrible.
What was your bad experience, Gabe?
It felt like the Aldi of like electronic companies.
That's fair. It was what, knockoff brands or like their
own?
It
wasn't knockoff brands, but I don't know. It just didn't feel. Also worked for Best Buy at the time, so
that's why.
Oh, he's very much. He's a slave to his brands, just like Android. He loves Android, so he can't like Apple. He likes PC, so he can't like Apple. He likes Pepsi, so he can't like Coke. He likes Modelo, so he can't like Corona. Like it's typical. It's typical stuff, man.
Oh, typical stuff, huh?
He's Mexican,
Typical
so he
stuff.
can't like Puerto Ricans.
I know.
That's true. That's
He
true.
likes the Cubs, so you can't like the Sox.
He likes the Houston Rockets, so he'll talk shit about the Bulls. And
But
then act
yeah,
semi-interested. He's a fake Bulls fan, man.
Because he doesn't even like Michael Jordan. He likes what's his
Fair
name?
weather fan.
Hakeem
Olajuwon, yeah. Fair weather fan. Fair
You
weather
know what?
fan.
I'm out of this. Y'all do this show without me. Fuck y'all, niggas.
You know, I was gonna say though, Circuit City. I mean, it was big for a minute. My dad did some electrical work. We would get.
Oh,
free
that's
stuff
why
all the
you
time.
like Circuit City. Oh, yeah.
We got free stuff all the time from them. Sound systems, DVDs.
Wait,
Whatever it was.
really? Your free stuff?
Yeah. He would always get free stuff.
You know, it's funny because like when we all get together, like this is exactly how we talk: sex stories, drinking, whatnot.
It makes perfect sense for this movie, man.
Adrian, tell me about the first time you touched a pair of boobs.
The first time I touched a pair of boobs.
That wasn't your mom's. Did it feel like sandbags?
What about our aunts?
No, that doesn't count. Non-family related boob
Just
touching.
kidding. My first time touching boobs. Oh, I was in 7th grade.
Was it Amanda Dick?
Was that?
Was it Amanda
that's
Dick's?
elementary school. I was in 7th grade, and I forgot. I think her name was Gina. No, Gina. Her name was Gina. Gina. Her name was Gina, and I mean, she was pretty freaking hot, you know. But we were signing yearbooks and stuff like that, and I decided to be edgy, so I slapped her butt, and she liked it a lot, and she told me to sign her boobs. So I did some like this, like, you know, her boobs right there, and then I'm signing, you know. So that was my first boob experience. What about your guys's?
I don't think I'm gonna top that, Gabe. I'll pass
I got
it to
a
you.
second boob story too.
Well, this is the first time you touched the boob. I don't need the second time you touched the boob. I was at the club. I was 16 years old. I was at the club downtown Chicago. It's the first time I touched the boob.
Was it Crowbar?
The real
No.
question is, did they feel like sandbags?
No.
Okay, let me ask you this though. I mean, was an accidental touch?
Who, for mine?
Yeah.
It was like a full out, like, mind you, right? I'm 16. I'm like very, very like, and I'm a very innocent person at that age.
Oh, so you wait, what club was this in Chicago?
So it wasn't like a club that you would know. So basically, the seniors in my high school would rent out like dance halls.
Oh, okay.
And then because we were in like, you know, we were in the city, we would get like the neighborhood DJs that all go to these like dance halls, and they would DJ, and then they would just have basically a big ass party and hand out flyers, and everybody from the neighborhood or from various places in Chicago would go, and so it was like that type of deal. But they would always be like in the north side of Chicago or downtown. But anyways, I was dancing by myself like I usually did. Some glow sticks, because you had to have the glow sticks, right? The glow sticks in your hands and shit. And then some girl just came up to me and she's just like started dancing on me. We liked each other. We started making out. And like, I'm being very respectful, because if I'm anything, I'm very respectful to a woman, right?
Right, of course.
So I'm not grabbing or anything. My hands are sort of like at my side. I look like a fucking nerd because I'm like 16 years old, right? And then I'm just like making out with this girl, and then she grabs my hands and places it on her breast, and I was like, "Oh, all right,
nice.
This feels nice, like nice little cushiony pillows, like those,
They're like nice and soft.
What are those things they call them now? The smash pillows, the smash pillows.
Oh, the marshmallow pillows, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
like it felt like that. I was like, "Ooh, all right." Those feel nice.
I should get some.
What, boobs?
No.
I mean, it'll look good with your long hair.
Those
I think it will compliment you.
Those marshmallow things.
Cal, good morning.
I think Seth Rogen is like 24 in this movie. He's super young.
Really?
That guy that
Super
was
young,
just there, not him, but the other guy, the other Indian guy, went to jail for murdering his wife.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, you guys didn't know about that?
No.
Yeah.
Explain.
There's nothing to explain. He fucking murdered his wife. Not that Indian guy, the other one.
What is the context of that? Like,
I don't know the context. This was like 5-6 years ago. So I read 5-6 years ago. I read about this.
but those Indian guys were funny as hell.
You know what your problem is you're putting the pussy on the pedestal.
Why would everyone say that?
Why does everybody say that to me? I love this right here. I love this while he's coming up. I love his whole thing. It's all about connections. It's not about cock and ass and tits and butthole pleasures. Rusty trombone and dirty Sanchez. It's not about that. Cincinnati bow tie.
let me ask you that. Has this guy ever made another appearance in another movie or something?
Yeah, he was in Zack and Miri Make a Porno. He was the coffee house guy, like the owner. And then it was like when Craig Robinson goes up to him, I'm gonna need to have Black Friday off. He's like, oh, why? I can't have Black Friday off because I'm black. He's like, hey,
I remember.
That could be another one we cover on the show. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah, for sure. Zack and Miri we could definitely cover. Anybody wants to join in on this fucking shenanigans for Zack and Miri could definitely hit us up.
Yeah, man. Okay. I just my favorite thing about these movies in this time period is that all these guys just pop up in each other's movies all the time. Yeah. Paul Rudd is in all of these movies. He's in Anchorman, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and he's just a totally different character in each one. All of these guys, like even the smaller characters, like it makes Jonah Hill. Wonder, like Jonah Hill. Like one thing I was telling Victoria is the fact that we don't get movies like this anymore. What happens to the guys that do those kind of roles? Like the funny side characters that pop up, like the two Indian guys, or even the black bartender in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Like those guys are really funny, and they fit in these kind of movies. Like they don't come out and stuff because we don't make comedies like this.
Yeah. Well, ensemble comedies definitely have gone by the wayside, and hopefully with the success that Joyride is having and No Hard Feelings.
No Hard Feelings is doing good. I think
maybe the comedy comes back. Maybe the R-rated comedy comes back. Both movies are rated R.
Yeah. I think it helps that, Jennifer Lawrence is a movie star that people like. They want to see her and stuff. And I would love to see a movie with all these guys back in it just one last time, no matter what it is.
I think they're all too big though. Like Paul Rudd, he's Ant-Man now. He's big. Steve Carell, he's The Office big. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and he's always going to be The Office big.
Seth Rogen, dude. I think we had this conversation. What hasn't Seth Rogen done? And he's like the biggest one out of all of them without even touching Marvel. With what he has with The Boys,
producing stuff. Yeah.
TMNT is coming out.
So what you're suggesting is there's got to be a new generation.
I was thinking about that. There's got to be new guys like this, though, right? Because they are all coming up together, and individually they're all funny. You put them together in a movie, it's like, holy shit, that's mind blowing that they all were in a movie.
But then again, you think about Tropic Thunder, though. It's all but big mega stars.
But Tropic Thunder worked because RDJ was coming off his stuff. It was like he had just done Iron Man. He was just getting hot again off of Iron Man. So he did his stuff. Nobody knew that was Tom Cruise.
Until the credits, yeah.
Right. The only big name that I would say for Tropic Thunder, I know they're all big names, but at the time they were all going through stuff, was probably Jack Black, who had any sort of heat to him. Because, the other guy, Jay, who's also in some of these movies with Seth Rogen, he was never big. He did one lead role, and I think She's Out of My League.
That's right.
Yeah, I love that movie.
And that was it. So, the only big name that was in Tropic Thunder was Ben Stiller and Jack Black.
Matthew
And
McConaughey was in it too.
And Matthew, in a supporting role. That was meant for Owen Wilson, and Owen Wilson was going through some things at the time. And
right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, as big as Tropic Thunder has names at that time, there was only 2 of them that I would say had any heat when that movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
They did a good job of casting a younger version of him.
My ex used to tell me that all the time. It's gonna kick ass.
Which one of your exes?
First experience of a blowjob.
Tony, you didn't share your first booby touching experience, so now you got to share your first blowy experience.
Hey,
I'm not sharing that.
He's the host, man.
Come on now, you got to share. You got to share in his career.
I'll share mine though.
I'll let him be the scumbag of the show, but I do want to say that this actress, she plays this kind of role in all these movies.
This story is going to be really funny but weird at the same time, though. So, I was at this. At the time I was working at AMC Theaters. I was like 19 years old. I believe, I was like 19 years old. A real good friend of mine, and his other friend calls me up. Asked me if I wanted to go to this house party. It was this like college house party. I was like, fuck it, I'll go. I don't know anyone but them, but whatever, fuck it, I'll go. And then long story short, though, I hooked up with this girl outside. She gave me a blowjob. And then we part ways. And then I see one of a really good friend of mine. I'm not going to name who he is, but.
He gave you a blowy?
No. I see him making out with that same girl that just gave me a blowjob, and I was like, wait, and he was like, what? And I was just like, never mind.
Was it Franco?
No, and I was just like, never mind. And then I'm taking him back home.
Was it Leo Morales?
I'm not gonna name the name. When I was taking him back home, he asked me, hey, what were you trying to stop me, like, talking from that girl? I was like, oh, that girl that you were just making out with? He's like, yeah. I was just like, oh, she just gave me a blowjob. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, she just gave me a blowjob, and now you tasted me. How do I taste? And he was like, oh, dude, what the fuck? And we just started laughing about it.
I don't know how to just laugh about it.
What is this show is going to be banned from YouTube. This episode is going to be taken off YouTube.
I hope you got a big trunk, because I'm gonna put my bike.
Heyo.
You guys ever like crashed a bachelorette party? I used to do that all the time. They're fun.
Oh, I did. I actually have a story about that. I crashed a bachelorette party. Me, Fabian, your friend Mo, and Jesse. And actually, my cousin Diana, we crashed a bachelorette party.
How'd it go? What happened?
We this is years ago. We were hanging out at a beauty bar, of course.
Right.
2018, and I don't know who started the conversation, but Diana was like off to the side. She was the only girl in the group, so she went off and she went to go eat. And Mo opened up the conversation, just told everybody like who we were, and lied. Said that it just made up backstories for everybody, and then we started going bar hopping with them across the city for like 2 hours.
And then what happened?
I mean, more stuff that's we're not going to say on the show, but that's really it.
Yeah, no. I guess my point is like when you go out and you crash a bachelorette party, the girls are like, more fun. I'll put it
like
that way.
like Leslie Mann in this movie.
Exactly. There's this one time though, I was in Cancun. with my cousins and my family. It was a little embarrassing because like my parents were there and they witnessed it too. And but yeah, so we're at this club in Cancun and there's this bachelorette party and these girls come up to me asking, "Oh my God, are you a stripper?" Yada yada yada. They're like, "Can you dance? Can you dance with the bride, the soon-to-be bride?" Because they were like, "We really hate the guy that she's marrying and all that stuff." And they were trying to get her to cheat with me. So they gave me money and asked me to make out with them and with her and all that stuff. It was pretty awkward because like my parents were there and they witnessed it all played out. Kind of awkward.
So you did it with your
Yeah,
parents there?
I got like $200 out of it. Yeah, it was fun.
This sounds like a story from like Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
It does.
Wait, why?
Completely.
Completely.
How so?
Because they paid a guy.
Did you wait? I'm sorry. Did you take? I didn't notice you took off the Keep America Great Again.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to be more appropriate, I guess.
Out of context, it's probably a very what the fuck moment.
Yeah, probably. You should put like hashtag MAGA.
Would you let Lisa Mann just kiss you
After she throws up?
after she throws up?
Shellfish.
Probably no. What about you?
I don't know.
I'm gonna guess both of you in the situation Andy's in would probably say yes.
No, I would say no.
You would say no. You'd be able to hold back a little bit. I don't know.
You know what? I have a thing against throw up. So even though it is at least even though it's her, I would say no. I'm just, you gotta brush it after you throw up. You gotta brush your teeth.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like you just have to. Like I may be a degenerate. But yeah, you gotta brush your teeth afterwards.
Okay. Your first story of drinking and driving. Go. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
Never have.
Yeah, me neither.
I have a few times.
I'm just kidding.
Both of y'all liars.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, the shellfish
Yeah.
sandwich.
It looked like Pecto Bismol though. Ugh. It's like, why is it pink?
It's on his eyelashes.
Ew.
You said you had shellfish. I could tell. The dagger. Yeah.
Do you guys ever bust up those lights?
Yeah, they're fun.
All right, now you gotta hear that audio coming through.
It's the surround sound.
He's got a big surround sound, man. He's flexing.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm making surround sounds great again.
We're gonna get taken down, not because of our talk, but because of copyright infringement.
And knowing him, we're probably gonna get sued.
We're gonna get sued for all the sexual innuendos in this episode.
All right,
man.
so let's just talk about it. Let's get the elephant out of the room. At what age did you lose your virginity? Just bust it out.
I was 19.
We got 19. Tony, what's up? What's that age?
20, not 21, 22. 22.
Gabriel,
I was 8.
you were what?
Did you say 8 years old?
I was 8 years old.
I do not want to hear about that.
That is not true. That is false.
That is
true.
That is disgusting.
Okay.
So I was an altar boy.
Okay,
my-
okay. But now his love interest is showing up on screen.
No, I'm just kidding. I was 23. I was a late bloomer, people.
A late bloomer.
23.
Me and Tony, we have a friend who lost his virginity at 23 as well, but he did it in the most legendary way ever. Like the most legendary way ever. But like I kind of feel bad because like he can never have like a normal sex life ever again. He's so addicted to that life now.
So so this movie like came out and I was like shit, like 22 at the time.
All right.
I don't know if Aiden remembers any of this, but all my family members and all my friends would say that I was, gay because I was 22 and never had sex.
Why did they know that though?
What, did I never had sex?
How
Yeah.
and why
Because
did they know
because
that?
everybody was so fucking invested in my love life. I'm like, hey, have you had sex? Have you had sex? And I was like, no. Like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I'm like, just for the opportunity to come. Opportunity never came until I was 23 years old. But let me tell you, everybody knew when I had sex right after.
Why your confidence skyrocketed?
You just told everybody.
I did, but this movie came out in that time frame, so they were starting to call me the 40-year-old virgin. Oh, you're like the 40-year-old virgin, right? You're the 40-year-old virgin. I'm like, motherfucker, I am 22 years old, 23. Like, stop your shit.
Can I just say something? Because that's a good example. Is that this movie was so popular in the pop culture zeitgeist that everybody knew about it. Even if you hadn't seen it, you knew about it.
Right.
Would you guys bang her?
I think this is the catalyst. Adrian, I think this is a catalyst for you dating your sugar mama.
Yeah.
This is this movie.
This is this movie. Shout out to Adrian's sugar mama. We're gonna see you for dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, they have great chemistry. So yeah, of course. If I was Andy in this situation, of course. This is what's missing from comedies now is that chemistry.
Yeah.
Like this movie's so funny, but the romance is actually really good too.
So
Like really good.
I know there's sex comedies, right? I think this is what we always talk about, right? There's sex comedies first and foremost, right? You're talking about cock, you're talking about vagina, you're talking about everything, right? About bleaching assholes, whatever. But underneath all that raunchiness is a heart of gold. It's a nice romantic story. Yep. Take Anchorman, right? Him and Veronica, right? Will Ferrell and Veronica. Underneath all that vitriol, there's a nice romantic story to it. Knocked Up is another one.
Exactly.
Right.
Same thing. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Euro Trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all about finding love. It's just a very weird roundabout way. It's all about finding your love. You could make a strong argument that these sex comedies are more like romantic comedies.
I would agree.
Sometimes.
Even American. I mean, we love American Pie too. We talk about American Pie too. But even the romantic aspect of that story, you want to see them get together by the end.
Right. You want to all see them. Like you want to see Oz and his girl get together. You want to see Michelle and Jim.
Yep.
You sort of feel bad for Kevin because he's missing out on Tara Reid's character. And then we all want Finch to get with the MILF. Like that's basically who you're rooting for all those movies.
So have you guys had Irish car bombs?
Yes, I fucking love those when I used to drink all the damn
Really?
time. Oh my
dude,
God.
They're too much, man.
Dude, when I used to drink, it would be about maybe 3 Irish car bombs and like half a bottle of Jaeger.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
What was that?
Nothing.
Adrian's just been kissing the camera the entire night, bro.
I know. Why is he kissing the camera?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, bitch.
Just learn the technique. That's not a good technique. Why are you like squishing just like the front of it, like you're about to milk it?
What I love, Andy in this movie is always making himself great meals.
He's
Egg
single.
salad
Who's gonna cook for him?
That is true. We sell your stuff on eBay.
Yeah.
It's just a storefront.
I need somebody to sell my stuff on eBay.
Man, that was so old school. Like before, like text messaging was like a really big thing. I mean, I know it existed, but like would have been a lot easier at the time to text message someone.
Yeah, now you just call, you text them, but then it's like, but that's another thing with movies too now, though, right? How can you do a romantic movie when, like, a lot of romantic movies, a lot of conversation happens on the phone? Like this movie, or like when Harry Met Sally, they're talking on the phone all the time. How do you do that now? They just text each other?
You just subtweet each other.
Oh, just a whole movie where they're subtweeting.
The whole movie where they're just subtweeting.
The whole movie. And then they meet each other at the end.
And then they're like, fuck, you're ugly, and walk away.
That's reality. That's life.
It's life.
What about like some sort of like Tinder movie as well? That's ugh.
Because isn't that really what it is now, though? Nowadays, like, I don't know. I haven't been in the dating scene for fucking decades here, but isn't that like the way it is? Like, you like somebody online, and then you like their personality online because everybody puts up a front online,
right?
And then you finally meet each other, and it's either like, oh my god, they're not as they presented themselves online, or they're exactly like they're online. Like, there's like only two ways that goes about.
You know what? Funny thing is, I was talking to a friend about this, where
is this how Julian looks like, by the way, without his shirt on?
Or yes, worse? when we waxed Julian, a video that you can find on TikTok, it was exactly like this.
Okay, Adrian, go ahead.
Oh, I was telling her it's all about making the first impression. So like, I feel like both parties, we exaggerate who we are as a person in the first date. You know what I mean? Or extend the truth a bit further until like you really get to know them.
I guess
that's just my 2 cents.
I've never lied about myself in the first date. Like, people are gonna know coming out swinging what I'm about. So real quick, this lady, when they were looking for somebody to do the waxing, she lied on her resume and said she was a professional waxer.
Oh my god!
But she really isn't. So so the pain this guy is going through is because he's being waxed, and also because she doesn't know how to wax him properly.
Right. That, I guess, that just makes it even more funnier then. It's perfect.
I mean, this has got to be one of the most iconic like comedy scenes of all time.
Like, you could tell, like, Paul Rudd is really laughing his ass off.
Yeah, look at Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen can't contain himself, and I don't know what the other dude is going. Oh, yeah, there you go.
He's all disgusted.
And that's why she's also all like, oh my god, because she's like, she doesn't know what she's doing either.
It's all raw emotion. Oh my god.
This was the joke they promoted everywhere too.
Right, yeah.
Like in all the trailers, on demand, TV spots.
Oh. I mean, how did Julian handle it?
I don't know, man. It's braver than most people, you know. He did 3 strips and he tapped out.
I swear to God, when we write our short for Julian, we should definitely write him an ass crack one, and we gotta shave his ass crack. Wax his ass crack.
I don't think we can show that. There's no way.
At least the top of the crack.
Yeah. I mean, we can blur it out, right?
No, you gotta show it all. Oh man, the nipple.
Oh man.
Look at that blood that's coming out. Like, it's real blood. She's not even wearing any gloves.
Oh. Nipple fuck.
Steve Carell looks built, though.
He's in shape. He's in tip-top shape there.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's bleeding. Yeah. He's bleeding through the shirt.
That's a good shirt too.
No, it's not. Nobody should be wearing bowling shirts anymore.
Dude, bowling shirts and wife beaters. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they're back in, man.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Gabe knows nothing about fashion. He has no eye for fashion.
Gabe's all about the the Paco, the South Pole.
I am. Adrian, you just saw me on the 4th of July. You saw my fit. I had the Dickies work shirt with the jean shorts. You're gonna tell me my fit wasn't fly?
I don't know. I would have to see it to believe it because I know Gabe still wears the DC shoes.
I don't. I was wearing some Jordans. Some neon green Jordans.
I love those Jordans.
Oh, here's Beth. Nice. Now, okay, here's the correct question. Do you think this is Elizabeth Banks at her most hottest?
Whatever the question is, yes.
Yeah.
Did you eat Fruit Loops out of her?
Oh,
don't even break.
Because she fart in her mouth. Yes.
She's a smoke show in this. And she's funny too. Like she was just super funny.
She's still listen, come on, let's be honest. She is still a smoke show.
She's still, she's like a triple threat. She could write, produce, direct, act. She could do everything, man.
Now, I will say this: when I was still a virgin, right? I did take this advice from them: is ask a question of their question.
Yeah.
Hey, do you like to do this? What do you like to do this? Do you like doing it yourself? I still sometimes do that.
You know what my method is, especially in the bars.
What's going on, Bernie? How you doing, sir? Welcome,
Bernie. Welcome
to this crazy ass chat today of the 40-year-old virgin.
So, so my secret method is I don't because like I don't believe in asking a question to another question. So my method in the bars is like overhearing a conversation and then just like jump into it and just add some sort of nonsense to it.
That's why you have no luck, bro. Ain't nobody want to hear you jumping into the middle of the conversation.
And
hey, what's up?
I'm like,
hey, yeah, you say you had herpes. So did I. Yo, what medication are you on? What's up?
It's like it reminds me of Stifler's party from American Pie 1, where Jim went up to Nadia and just started laughing out of nowhere. Like the most cringiest thing ever. That's me, yeah.
No.
You know, that is true though. We talk about a bag of sand. we talk about like each generation had their guys, right? Like we had you know, in the 50s and 60s, they had Jerry Lewis, Dean Martin, they had those guys. In the 70s, you had Mel Brooks, you had Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder. In the 80s, everybody knows who we had in the 80s. We had Chevy, we had Bill, Dan Aykroyd. The 90s, Eddie was still king. Eddie was coming off, you know, he was the king of the 80s, coming into the 90s, still king. But then we had the late 2000s. We had Stifler. We had, or the early 2000s, we had Stifler. We had Jason Biggs. We had all those guys, right? Ryan Reynolds, I would probably throw in there because Van Wilder. And then we had the Apatow guys. There's no equivalent. There's no this generation, we have this group of people. I mean, even Ben Stiller had Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, like all those guys hung around, did movies together. There's no 2020s version of whatever this was.
Like this group, there's no like, what do you call it? The frat house?
The frat pack, the brat pack, none of that, dude.
Robert De Niro's still making comedies. Dirty Grandpa.
Dirty Grandpa 7.
He did The Intern. There's so many comedies that De Niro's just started doing in his old age.
Yeah, but I guess the point is like for the young generations of the 2020s, the Gen Z, like
Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson's the fucking Gen Z fucking stand-up comic.
He's only done one movie. He's only really done like one movie. You know?
He's done a couple of movies. I've seen.
I like him as Mirage. I mean, I like him as Mirage.
one that he's led. I mean, like he's only led like one movie.
Was it King of Staten Island or whatever?
The King of Staten Island.
No,
yeah.
he had a romantic comedy. It's on Peacock as well. That he was him and some other girl.
Oh, the girl from The Big Bang Theory. Yeah, Katie Kuko.
Yeah, he had that one. He had Bodies. I mean,
Bodies.
I wouldn't count him in that though. He's in the movie for less than 3 minutes.
but hey, he's in it, and he is Gen Z's stand-up comedian right now.
I do not think he's the Gen Z. I don't think Gen Z has one. I don't think they have a guy that says, because there's people that hate Pete Davidson. It's got to be a group of people that universally the young crowd really likes. Fuck, even the young crowd loved Tom Green. They loved Pauly Shore.
Just saying.
I don't think it's Pete. I mean, I like Pete Davidson. I think he's a talented guy.
Listen, I remember when I gave Adrian my box of Boner Jams 03.
I remember.
I don't think he ever appreciated it.
Yeah. Especially your Boner Jams.
It was probably just a lime. It was probably just a LimeWire CD.
LimeWire CD.
Bro, okay. I know this is gonna sound disgusting, right? But you could download the weirdest shit from LimeWire, not just music. And just see some like crazy ass fucking shit on there.
Like what?
Just saying.
What are you trying to say, Gabe? Do you know from personal experience?
LimeWire was crazy though. The concept, like at that time, it was like everybody was doing it. It was revolutionary.
It was like peer to peer sharing.
So
yeah.
Okay, so this guy got so Andy got a box of porn. I will say this though, I did receive a box of porn from my uncle. I will say this, right? It was my uncle Hugo. So Hugo, man, if you're listening, shout out to my uncle Hugo, because he was getting rid of his porn stash. Like, in fact, he was accumulating a new one. So this is like all his old stuff. There's like a box of like magazines and like DVDs, just a huge box of stuff you've never even heard of before. Not even stuff like they sell that like this, at your liquor store or whatever. It was just some stuff. I'm just saying. But I think that back then, before it all became digital, getting a box of porn was like the ultimate like passing of the torch to like your family member type of like heirlooms in a say. I know it sounds bad, right? And it sounds pervy. But I mean, that was just the way to do it about it back in back in the day before it all became digital. What are you gonna do?
I want to get those pajamas, by the way. You see those pajamas?
Have you guys ever put on some, nice pajamas, lit up some candles, and just, just started going off on it?
I think this was the best scene of the movie, honestly. Like,
no, but for real, no. Have you guys ever done that? Though?
Turning
you guys ever go on romantic on yourselves? Or are you more like rough, like just get it done and over with?
Get it done and over with.
Slap it around a couple times.
You know what? I'll tell you this. What is awkward? The family computer at the time, it was in my dad's office. And, there's a picture of Jesus like over watching us. Like, try jacking off in front of that.
Well, sir.
You feel guilty after that.
I'm not saying I'm still religious or anything, but if Bible school really, taught me anything, was that Jesus is always watching. Right. You don't need a statue of Jesus just I
guess it's a guilt trip last one.
Do you guys ever feel guilty that and I think it's that guilt from like religion and stuff when you're doing stuff like that, if family members that are dead are watching over you?
No. That was a quick no.
Listen, Adrian's Adrian's like kissing his forearm and pointing to the sky, saying, "This is for you, Grandma."
Both my grandmas.
Abuelita.
Oh, we're about to see the appearance of Gina.
Oh, wait. We gotta get a drink after this.
And Kevin Hart's coming.
China. You know what? You know what's crazy? In this cut, that scene's short. The unrated version of the Kevin Hart scene is like top 5, one of my favorite comedy moments because it just goes on forever and it's so good.
Why would they cut that out? Short.
I think it was for length. This movie is close to 2 hours. The underrated cuts like 2 hours and 10 minutes, I think. Dude, I'm gonna steal this guy's fits now. I'm gonna steal that fit with the cross necklace.
You just want a cross necklace because you're talking about Dom and
Dude.
Toretto, and now you're talking about what's his name? Roman?
Yeah. Dude, that look is back, man. Like it's just
the vagina look.
Not that vagina look.
Oh.
It might be. It might be.
The leather jacket with the t-shirt underneath.
Let us be friends. Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Do you remember the time when we made love and you cried in my arms? I want to take you underneath the Eiffel Tower and make love to you.
Was this before or after The Office, by the way?
Before.
Before. I think. When is the premiere of The Office? Is it the same year? It might be the same year.
I don't know. Who the fuck watches The Office?
I love The Office.
Millions of people.
Yeah.
It was like the biggest show in America. 05, so it was probably around the same time.
After it ran its course, it's probably the biggest show on America on like Netflix after the
It still is.
Course. I'm sorry, I just never find The Office interesting.
I never found Friends funny.
Me neither. I don't like Friends.
He likes living single.
I do.
Would you guys bang Gina though?
I knew you were gonna ask that. I knew it was coming. Oh my god!
Listen, Gina bangs you. You don't bang her.
Now you guys are wrestling fans. Do you know who this is? Because she's a famous wrestler.
Her?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up. But when I was looking at the cast list of the movie, that was something that she had done wrestling in the 80s.
So it looks like Diana Prince.
Interesting. Is her boobs real or fake though?
It's the darling of the internet, Diana Prince of Shudder, the darling of Shudder.
Oh, Shudder! Oh yeah, Darcy the Mail Girl. Yeah.
No, this is one of my favorite Jonah Hill cameos when he's in fucking. Oh, and that's not it. So never mind.
Dude, and honestly, yeah, I mean, the Fast and Furious movies, those are the movies of the summer, man.
Are they?
They're the movies of the summer.
Are they really, though?
This summer is all about fun movies, and that's it.
Faux show. So I guess it seems like when you start in comedies, I mean, you become big superstars. If you ever noticed that.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of the big stars started doing sex comedies or raunchy comedies of this time, or even TV, like sitcoms. Yeah,
it needs to make it definitely needs to make a comeback if we need like a superstar.
That's
true. Listen, my theory is that there is no more superstar look because with all the streaming services that's out there, you don't need like one main superstar anymore. You could just make superstars out of anybody at this point. There's so much work for actors.
That's the problem, though. like the theory is there should be all these superstars, right? Well, nobody can remember a star because they forget what they're watching within a week. Because anything you watch is bingeable within seconds, and it's forgettable within seconds.
It is.
You know, The Bear season 2 was a hot topic 2 weeks ago. Nobody's talking about it anymore.
Oh wow!
As opposed to a show that comes out week to week, right? Everybody for a second was like, "Oh my god, this cast is amazing! I love this show! I love this show!" You don't hear anybody talking about it. Any of those shows where episodes drop in a day, or movies that are like straight to Netflix, like past the first week, never hear about it again.
I guess the longest one that people were talking about was the Tiger King. That was going on for months, but then no one's talking about it anymore.
I think it's because we were stuck inside. It was just the jokes were endless.
Yeah,
bro, it was like Tiger King and Michael Jordan's documentary.
Oh,
really...
yeah. And see, but people were talking about Michael Jordan's documentary though, because that was on a weekly basis.
That was a week-to-week basis.
That was a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, which was a smart choice. Kind of perfect that they did that.
It's crazy too, because like ESPN agreed to air the uncensored version too.
Yep. Yeah, they had.
You had to find the uncensored version though, because they had it censored on ESPN, and then ESPN2 had the uncensored version.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So if you made the mistake of going to ESPN, you were watching it censored.
I mean, that thing was huge because they aired it on both ESPNs. They had it on Hulu, and then they signed a deal for Netflix to have it as well.
What the fuck?
Which was
and then Amazon distributed it.
And then Amazon too, you said?
Amazon distributed it.
Okay, yeah. So like, it's just that thing was a phenomenon for those 2 months.
So could this movie be made nowadays?
I still think so.
Yes, but I think it's weird though. It's weird because it just goes back to what I said. It's just like they're not making comedies, period. Because they don't think that they're financially stable enough to produce box office income.
But if they were, but I guess the point is this though. The question is, if they were to produce comedies though, would something like that be okay in today's generation?
Yeah, I think it's how you do the punchline.
Right.
You notice what's great about the 40-Year-Old Virgin is it's never punching down on the stuff it's making fun of.
True. Because like, look, a good example was him walking in the hotel and a trainee shows up. He wasn't knocking the trainee down.
Right. And
he's just saying like, why would you do that? I'm not into that.
Of course, the terminology is different, right? Like we can't really say, like nobody says transvestite anymore. They would say something else, but like the joke, I feel like would still be the same. I feel like, yeah, you could probably get away with that joke. I don't know if it would be. I feel like it would be changed around a little bit.
How would you change it if you were to make a comedy and you include that joke?
But the one thing I will say, if this movie came out today, it would not have the impact it did in 2005.
Right.
All right, so we go. Jonah Hill is in this.
Yeah. Is this his first appearance, right?
No.
What is his first appearance in movies?
That I don't know, but I love him in Accepted.
Oh, it's a year after this.
Was it? Yeah.
I thought it was a year before this.
2006 is Accepted. August 2006. And this is 2005. And then Superbad is 2 years after. 2007.
Yeah.
Which is me about my winner.
We can do a whole watch along on just the year 2007. I was talking with Victoria. It's a crazy year for movies in 2007.
When did 300 come out? 2006?
2007, actually.
I think it was in March. I think ever since 300 came out, that's where like. No, I take that back. Never mind. Yeah, because Spider-Man came out 2002, right?
Yeah, and we also had Spider-Man 3 in 2007. And Pirates of the Caribbean 3, that was huge when that came out. Transformers, The Simpsons movie. Like it was just
Yeah.
the blockbusters are kind of crazy. Movies
think
that
the
you just
I
wouldn't
think
see.
the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie came out too in 2007.
It did, yeah. That was another one.
You guys are right, but his first appearance was in I Heart Hucklebees in 2004.
That's right.
And then
Yeah,
in
that movie.
2005, he had this 40-Year-Old Virgin. And this is where I think I remember him more from is in 2006 when I saw him in Grandma's Boy. He was Barry.
That's right.
And accepted 10 items or less. And then he was also in Click.
I don't know he was in Click.
He
plays a version of his son.
Yeah, and as a teenager. Okay, so do you know this game that these guys are playing? This is so much ingrained that this movie wasn't in culture, pop culture, that we all played this in 2005, right? We all played this.
Right.
You want to know how I know you're gay?
Right, yeah.
You're wearing glasses.
You like Coldplay.
Right. Like everybody played the you want to know how you know you want to know how I know you're gay game.
Yeah.
Oh, you're wearing a watch on your left hand.
You want to know how I know you're gay? You like rim jobs.
Who doesn't?
But you know, the one thing I love about this movie is just like how like it's so rewatchable and so fun, and it's just like you could replay it like instantly as soon as it's over because every scene is just it's fucking hilarious.
All these movies are rewatchable in my eyes. Like
I know, I agree so much.
Anchorman, this movie, Wedding Crashers,
yeah,
Old School. I find myself rewatching these movies and going back to them, back time again. Connor, what's going on, sir? Hope you're doing well.
Connor.
Hopefully, we could get you the next time we do another watch along for another sex comedy of your choosing.
That would be sick. We got to get you on, man. That would be awesome.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with Made in Manhattan, all right? That's just because you're watching doesn't mean we're gay.
Made in Manhattan.
I love how the shirt Paul Rudd is wearing looks sort of like him.
Right?
It is him. It's him.
It is. Oh my god, it is. Employee of the month. You're right.
Dude, we should get those shirts.
Yes.
Dude, oh my god, we should. Do they sell those? I wonder if they sell those Paul Rudd shirts online. Employee of the month, and it's just. I'm gonna look that up. If not, we should make those. I'm telling you, t-shirt line.
Man, I'm telling you that uncut gem shirt you made, that was the best.
I lost mine actually.
My print faded.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, they do sell it.
Oh my gosh.
People sell the shirt. It is. We got to find one that's good quality though, because I don't know if this one's like the best quality. But they do sell it. They sell the shirt.
So Andy's house sort of looks like mine in the sense where I have all my collectibles everywhere up and then display cases. Does that make me a mass murderer?
Maybe.
Dude, I would totally bang her.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
We know.
You got a version of that at home.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
This is also my first, maybe the first appearance of Kat Dennings.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Kat Dennings was trying to think. Around this time, she was popping up and stuff like this.
She was
Nick
in
and
the-
Nora's Infinite Playlist.
She did a movie with the kid that passed.
The Wild Things.
No, it's a movie called Charlie Bartlett, I think. It's a high school movie with Robert Downey Jr.
And Anton
Yelkin, that's his name. I
Yelkin?
was playing at his name. And it's about him being like a therapist for kids in his school.
Oh wow!
Like they go to him in the men's bathroom and he talks to them and prescribes
What the
them drugs. It's a pretty funny movie. I haven't seen that in years.
actually
She's in that.
Saw that movie with Anton where he's the dad. I forget the name of that movie. I just saw it last week. Never mind me over here.
He was a great actor, man. Like he was a really good dude to watch.
He made this movie that I really liked. I forget the name of it.
I love him in Fright Night. Like I really enjoy that remake, and he's really good in it.
Yeah, he was really good, and he was really good. He was really good in the Star Trek stuff too.
Star Trek, that movie Green Room, he was in about the rockers. They go to that show and they have to fight off those neo-Nazis. He was great in that too.
Dude, he was in Alpha Dog before he was in Charlie Bartlett, but Alpha Dog is. I feel like the internet needs to do its work and critically acclaim Alpha Dog again.
There was a cool period around that time where we had really nice small thrillers like Alpha Dog, The Lookout with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I think The Lookout is fucking awesome. Like movies like that they were like every week.
Yeah, Alpha Dog was great though.
Odd Thomas was a movie that I saw him in recently.
Oh yeah, what was that other? There's another movie I always confuse Alpha Dog with. I think it's with Channing Tatum. It's called Stop Loss. You guys remember that one?
I know, but I remember A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints.
That one as
Channing
well.
Tatum.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just watch this movie.
I haven't seen that in a while. I've been wanting to pick up that edition too.
Did you watch Thoroughbreds?
I haven't seen that. Did you see that?
With him, and I think that was like the first appearance of Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, she's in that. That's right. I don't think I haven't seen that though. Yeah, I remember seeing the trailers everywhere.
It's like that Nicole Kidman movie where she hires the two people to kill like his her husband.
Oh, like To Die For. Yeah.
To Die For. It's like two kids hire Anton to kill their like one of the girls' dads.
No.
Holy shit.
Did you guys ever put on a condom to like masturbate?
I did
like,
once.
The no mess, no fuss.
I did once. It's still messy.
How is it still messy?
Because the lube of the condom.
What about it?
It just gets messy and then it starts to smell.
This is disgusting.
What about you? You liked it?
Who, me?
Yeah, I only did it because I was trying to practice on how to put on a condom.
I've never
Masturbated with a condom?
No.
Yeah, like I said, I only did it just because I wanted to practice. Because once the big day happens, I don't know.
Why is it on his foot? Why is a condom on his foot? Teach me.
Oh, there we go. Morning wood. Beautiful.
Tony's not answering, so I'm assuming he masturbated with a condom on.
Yeah, probably.
No, I lost track of what you guys were saying the moment Adrian started to describe what it was like masturbating with a condom on.
What happened to me? There you go.
So what just happened right now, that's what the dude was doing to himself on purpose in that fucking video on Twitter,
disgusting,
dude. It was disgusting. I was in shock, and I was like, what the fuck?
I guess that's called a joyride.
Post this shit?
A joy, yeah.
You know what? I guess it is called a joyride. I innocently look up the thread.
It's not innocent.
Movie.
Listen, you're looking at fucking weird shit on Twitter after you're like
Dude,
on Twitter after dark.
Why would I do it on Twitter?
Twitter
If I'm gonna look up weird shit, I might as well go to Google or fucking Pornhub or some shit, not on Twitter.
And also, that's very amateur hour for you to go on Google when you could just say, I go on incognito mode.
Oh, so you've done these things. Just admit that you've done these things. You look up this stuff.
I searched for things, yes. And because I don't want
you
nobody to look at my search history, you look it up on fucking incognito mode.
You're looking down on me, not because I accidentally clicked these things, but because I'm not a professional like you that purposely looks up these things and has a whole method behind it.
I'm not saying there's a method behind my madness.
Yeah, no, there is a method. See, now would you take this offer that Jane Lynch, his boss, is offering him?
Oh yeah, why not? Who am I to say
Yeah,
no?
she seems really gentle.
She's not gentle for sure.
She is very discreet, but she will haunt your dreams.
Right. Bernie, we said at the beginning, you didn't join us at the beginning. We said this conversation might go off the rails since we're watching sex comedies and we have Sky Selenite on here.
I know it's gone off the rails so many times. It's been pretty.
It's been fucking wild. It's just, Adrian regaled us with the time he lost his virginity when he was 9. It's just been off the rails.
I know. Yep.
And it was to the gardeners.
Well, he's saying you're a watermelon love song.
Yeah.
All right, guys, my Modelo is done, so I am switching brand sponsors here for Doritos.
That's the drink.
Plus, I got a little buzz off that one can. I don't usually drink, so that one can really got me fucking buzzed.
Drink another one.
Dude, actually, that's a drink that happened to me. I'm telling you, there's these drinks. I'm not going to open it up because I'll get really buzzed. There's a company that's putting out these drinks. They're called Cutwater, and they do these different kind of cocktails. They have Mai Tais, they have White Russians, and they have margaritas.
Oh yeah. They had the Bloody Mary one too.
They have the Bloody Mary ones too. These things are really good. They're dangerous. I had one, and I started to feel it bad. And I checked the label. They put 2.5 shots of whatever alcohol it is in the drink. So it's they're worth it. But one of those will really man, it'll get to you.
My MILF got me into she got me into wine. I never thought in a million years I'll get into wine, but I'm fucking love wine now.
You're a wine connoisseur, huh?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you're into wine and its cheese pairings.
Yeah.
You know what type of wine you get with whatever cheese you're having?
What's that? I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. I love wine around the holidays.
I'll tell you this. I had this dry red wine with this.
Those are the best, man.
It was with bruschetta bread. I mean the bruschetta, appetizer, and it had vinaigrette. It fucking complimented that fucking.
It does.
Oh, it was so good. But yeah, I never thought I would get into wine because, like, one time she took me to a sports bar and I asked for a Coors Light. I didn't like it. It was too like watery and unflavorful.
I think that's your first mistake is you're asking for Coors Light.
Why did you order a Coors Light?
Brother, I love Coors Light. It's America, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh man, I ran out of a drink too. Now I just have water.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
It's the best thing for you, man.
Dude, it's the water boy. When they're trying to get him to tackle the people, they start singing.
But it's good for you, though.
It's not really.
It's really good for you.
It's not.
It is.
No, people overhydrate themselves. I read this thing on the
everything.
That is the dumbest shit. I've heard that argument. It's the dumbest.
You want me to fucking send you the link in the fucking chat?
It's the dumbest. I don't believe that argument. I've heard that argument and I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I reject your hypothesis.
Yourself. Listen,
I reject your hypothesis.
All this shit, right? Everything that everybody drinks and you eat has fucking water.
I reject his hypothesis.
It's not my hypothesis. It's not mine.
I reject his hypothesis.
It's not mine.
I reject it.
It's a fucking. It's in the scientific journal.
No,
Yeah, people are
No.
overhydrating themselves.
no,
You're
I
drinking too
reject
much
your
fucking water.
hypothesis.
Everything
reject
you
your
eat,
hypothesis.
everything you drink has fucking water in it already. You're drinking
False.
more and you're eating more than you should.
False.
It's in a
It is
fucking
false.
scientific journal.
Guys, for the people at home, drink water, man. Drink water.
It's good for you.
No.
Yeah, Bernie. Thank you, Bernie. Is a godsend when you're out working and melting out in the elements.
Just
That's right,
you
Bernie.
gotta drink Gatorade
You're
or
up, Bernie.
drink Body Armor. Body Armor is the way to go. Body Armor is better than Gatorade, by the way.
No. I'm sorry. I reject your hypothesis.
I reject you. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I reject your hypothesis.
I rebuke you.
Man, I bet Adrian's really, really wishing he was Steve Carell in this movie.
I like his eyebrows. They're very expressive. I like that.
They are.
Him and Eugene Levy have like some of the best like eyebrows in the business. Like
Keep
I
it real,
want,
homies.
like I really want Eugene Levy's like old like caterpillar fucking eyebrows, like fucking flurry fluffy motherfuckers. Like I hope when I get old, like fucking Eugene Levy, my eyebrows grow to be that thick. I need a thick eyebrow.
You think they will tickle?
Could you imagine going down on the girl and be like, "Hey, let me get my eyebrow to tickle you"? Forget about a mustache ride. You're getting fucking eyebrow rides.
Hey, look, he's drinking another Fanta. You know what? I think that's when Fanta was came to the United States around that year.
Fanta had been out. You had the fucking Fanta nuts. Don't you want a Fanta?
Yeah,
Fanta?
I know, but it came out like in around that time though.
No, Fanta
To
hit
the
the
United States. I mean, Fanta was around, but it wasn't in the United States.
Dude, it was in the 90s when they came out, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Gabe would know.
Yeah, he would.
He doesn't drink water.
I don't drink water. I drink zero water. It could be 110 degrees out and nothing but humidity here in Chicago. And I'm still drinking water. I'm not drinking water.
Don't encourage. Anybody out there, drink water. Stay hydrated.
Don't drink water. You're overhydrating yourself. You're ruining your skin.
Don't listen to some fake article he read.
It's in the science.
Pushing
it's
propaganda.
in the science journal.
It means nothing. It's a hypothesis.
Water is so
I think
bad
you've
for
been
you.
watching too much.
Think about it.
Signs of Freedom.
Think about it. 100% of criminals, rapists, and murderers drink water.
Calm down, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I bet Tony really wants that cutout poster of the mummy.
I thought about it for sure.
Oh, it's Boris Karloff. Oh, I want the fucking mummy cut out.
I bet if they were drinking some Pepsi, you'd probably lose it right about now. Probably wouldn't be able to contain your excitement.
Oh, Boris Karloff. Oh.
Guys, I don't drink water. I don't drink water. You shouldn't drink water. I read it somewhere on the internet.
Don't shame me that I don't drink water.
You got it from the Signs of Freedom.
Don't shame me.
Apparently, the scientific journal tells you to not drink water.
It didn't say not to drink water. You're missing the point.
Oh, overhydrating.
People
Doesn't
overhydrate
exist.
themselves. It doesn't
Adrian,
exist.
what do you
That
what do you think
fucking
of this
lady
hypothesis?
died for
What do you think of this hypothesis?
hold your pee for the wee, and she died because she drank too much water. It's a fucking.
you're
thing.
thinking-
No, she died for
Extremes of-
holding her pee.
It's a thing.
Extremes. A bunch
It's
of
a thing.
extremes.
It's a thing.
It's
You could
extremes.
You could die from
Extremes.
drinking too much water. It's a thing.
I mean, you
Sounds
can die
like
for
extreme.
eating too much food. You can
That's
die
true.
from smoking too much
That's
cigarettes. You can die from eating too much sugar.
There's a dude that died. He jerked off 12 times in one day, and he died from cardiac arrest.
Those are rookie numbers.
You do too much of anything.
12 times a day is fucking rookie numbers, right?
So, like, how much water do you need to drink before it's overhydration?
Listen,
he doesn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are missing the point. It's a combination. It's not about drinking slowly pure water. It's water is in the foods that you eat, and it's in the other beverages that you drink.
How do you know it's not the chemicals that's in your beverage? Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying, Julian. 12 times ain't shit. Julian's probably gone at it by himself. I know Julian probably had 22 solo missions in one day.
Well, I bet he hydrated himself with some water in between. So,
well, the real question now is like, how many times in one day have you masturbated?
Oh, here he is.
My top number is 16.
Really?
That is disgusting.
Mine was 6.
Tony, top number. Come on now.
No,
you're not fucking participating in none of this shit.
This is crazy. There's no way you did it 16 times in a day. I'm sorry, it is impossible.
Okay.
I did 6.
Okay, sure. First of all, you're throwing too many big words at me. Just because I want to understand them, I'm going to take them a sign of disrespect.
Chance of drive-by. Bernie says 16 is his favorite number.
Uh-oh.
Bernie, I'm sorry, Bernie.
You just ruined the number 16 for him, man.
Oh, man. I did. I'm going to put a little mood lighting on here for me since you guys can't see what's going underneath the dusk. A little red action.
I can't be with you.
At least 3 times every hour in a day. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I don't know why you won't even put out your number out there.
That's disgusting, dude. He can cook, man. He's got a whole smorgasbord of food there.
He's not cooking.
Everybody knows Gabe can't cook. He just overhydrates himself. Or I guess underhydrates. He has fucking Pepsi.
Bernie, right now, Bernie, we are.
Whopper.
Hold on. Because Bernie's asking where we're at. We're at the hour and 21-minute mark. Here, Bernie. We're about to reach the hour 22 mark.
Right. He just got the bicycle as a present with the bow. They're riding the bikes right now.
Right.
14th date. It's montaging through them on the dates.
On the dates. They're on the calendar. We're just marked off the number 15.
And now he just fell off his bike.
And then he said he's all right.
As someone whose favorite band is in fact Asia, I both felt personally attacked and comforted by this film.
Dude, lacrosse, is that still a big brand? Is that like thing? Do people still wear lacrosse? Did you guys ever own lacrosse?
I never did personally.
Lacrosse or Lacoste?
Lacoste.
Well, I don't know. Whatever it's called. I've never worn that brand. I've only seen like.
You've never worn the little alligator?
I've only seen like minority dads at outlet malls wear these.
Minority dads wear Hollister. With
they wear
jeans and dress, and
it's always at the outlet mall.
Yeah, with their cell phone sticking out of their belt.
Yeah,
the only alligator I wear is alligator boots with the
and they're always wearing
suit.
And they're always wearing sandals too.
There's 2 types of people that wear Lacoste, and that's like what you said, minority dads at the freaking outlet malls, and rich white bros.
Bang bros?
No, just regular bros, like, you know.
Bang bros.
Talk about like they've been
Julian
in the frat
said,
bros.
"What happened to the MAGA hat?" Think about how crazy. Like in this 90 minutes, we've talked about so much stupid shit. Adrian, for a moment, wore a Biden shirt with a MAGA hat for who knows why. This is an all-timer episode, man. This is just a weird episode. Oh shit, we're about to see the fucking French toast scene. Imagine a Step Brothers sequel where we reveal they've both been in prison since kicking the crap out of those kids, and Derek's wife had Dale's kid from raping him in the bathroom. She did rape him. She 100% raped him. It's so slippery.
Dude, okay. Have you seen The Goods with
yeah,
Jeremy Piven?
Dude, I haven't seen that in years. I love that movie, though.
Movie's great.
Okay, so we could do a watch along to The Goods to bring it back to the forefront. But also, there is a scene because remember
that's 2007, I think.
Right. But remember, what's her face? Catherine Han. She plays whatever she is, right? But the dealer's kid looks like he's like 25, but mentally he's like 10 years old.
That's right. That's
and
right.
she like sort of also rapes him.
That's true. Yeah.
And he's only like he's 10 years old, but he has the body of like a 30-year-old.
That's a really fucked up joke. That is the sequel we need. This is a good idea for a sequel. I feel like people have wanted a Step Brothers sequel for like forever.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But they're beefing, aren't they? Adam McKay and
Will Ferrell and Adam McKay are beefing because
of the Lake Show.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I never finished, by the way.
Dude, I love that show. I think season 2 is actually going to be out this year.
They're making a season 2 of the Lake Show, or are they moving teams?
It'll be season 2 of the Lakers dynasty. Yeah.
So
I'm not sure. I know it's gonna bounce back to Magic getting AIDS at some point.
Oh, that's Packard from The Office.
You think you're cool with your Jew fro? I always quote that part. That one, and is it true if you don't use it, you lose it?
Oh,
do we have any real questions here? And for the third time, we're gonna get another. You're putting the pussy on the pedestal.
And this is Steve Carell's real wife, by the way, too.
The blonde chick here?
Yeah, that's his wife.
Yep, she was also in The Office.
She was in The Office. Yeah, they've been married for like 30 years, I think.
They're still married?
Is it true?
They
if
are.
You don't use it, you lose it.
What is that, Drew Fro?
It's coming. It's coming.
What's his name? Seth?
Yeah.
You have a tiny penis, Seth.
He's like
outer course. Do you guys ever get into the dry humping?
I just thought that was the thing they talked about in movies. I didn't realize it was a thing that people like they actually do.
Body rubbing and dry humping. You're not
dry
into
humping.
Like
maybe like on the dance floor. I've seen people do that stuff.
Do you do mutual masturbation? You like to play with a friend?
Wasn't there was a good dry humping joke in that movie Bad Teacher? Didn't her and JT they dry hump?
Yes, yes. That was I love dry humping.
There's a dry humping scene in 40 Days and 40 Nights with Josh Hartnett.
Oh yeah.
You
That's
cool with
boy,
your little
man.
Jew fro? And so, Bernie, the purpose of this particular episode was that So a little backstory here, right? Me, Adrian, and Tony, and his brother Fabian, we started an actual podcast many years ago, called the what
We
was
come
it?
in peace.
We Come in Peace, and all we were going to talk about were sex comedies. Within the last couple of months, me and Tony have been watching a lot of sex comedies again. Not that we backed away from them, but mostly because that's our bread and butter, our sex comedies. That's like how we became friends, how we got got it going. And also because really in the summer of like the early 2000s in the summer, they would release these sex comedies, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up.
Sex
They all, they all got released in the summer. And in the summer, usually you have these comedies that all of a sudden take off. The Hangover is a perfect example of one of these, like, nobody saw what The Hangover was going to do, and it just did gangbusters. So what we decided to do today, and what we're going to try to do going forward, is when we're going to do watch-alongs, we're going to try to hit up with sex comedies. So we're talking about, Knocked Up, Euro Trip, maybe. What else do we talk about? Wedding Crashers. So we're going to try to hit up a lot of these early to mid-2000s sex comedies, and have you guys watch along with us.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so much fun too. If we're gonna do a watch along, why not do it to movies that are that bring a smile to your face, bring back memories, you have fun stories to bullshit about.
Right.
And what we do that with other genres.
Right. And what we really hope is that you guys don't take it bad the way that we talk, but I mean, this is just just the way that we talk about fucking stupid shit, right? All the damn time.
Yeah, just wait until you hear me uncensored. This is tamed. This is tamed to me.
This is not tamed. Adrian at the 4th of July party was talking about getting his asshole licked. So
this is
Wait,
and a family
I'm the
function.
One who likes my asshole licked. I was the one who says I like to eat ass, but not get my ass licked. You're the one who likes.
I'm just kidding with you.
Save a Knocked Up for as long as you can. That movie has a special place for me. All right, we'll save it for you, dude. We just me and Victoria just rewatched Knocked Up a few days ago.
That would
be perfect. Man.
I have an issue with Knocked Up. I think the movie is great. I just don't like Katherine Heigl when she came out and talked shit about it after the fact. And that's about it.
She's interesting because she was going to be the next big thing, like the Sandra Bullock of that generation.
And
every romantic comedy was like a $200 million hit. Every romantic comedy she was in was a big hit. And she was a difficult person to work with. And she kind of threw that all away. At least that's what the rumors are, was that she was difficult to work with. And now she does TV. I think she's got a TV show. I don't know what it's called. But for somebody that was so charismatic and funny, you would think she would still be doing those things.
I'm watching Suits on Netflix right now. She just got in like the last season here.
Okay. Sorry, this is my first time meeting the gentleman at the bottom, and hey, nice.
He is no gentleman.
This is no gentleman.
He is anything but a gentleman. But he is actually my cousin, Adrian. Don't let him say Sky Selenite. It's actually Adrian.
Sky Selenite.
So Adrian and Tony met each other at film school, and then like 20 or 10 years after, Adrian introduced me to Tony.
Right.
You could have introduced us earlier, Adrian, and I could have gone with the clubs with y'all back then.
You honestly could have. Honestly, you could have gone with us to the movie screenings and all those things that we did. You probably could have been in Windy City Dicks too, man.
Why didn't I?
I don't know why you didn't.
I tried to advocate. No, I tried to advocate.
That would be something I would love to show. I would love to show you guys on YouTube is this pilot webisode we did called Windy City Dicks. It was almost like a Seinfeld or It's Always Sunny. 15 minutes long. Nobody can find it. It's off the internet. And I've been trying to see if I can find a copy of this. I can't find a copy of this movie. I would love to show it to you guys because it was fun. It was fun to work on that. You know, Caddyshack would be fun. That would be fun. I haven't seen that in a minute, man.
I've never seen Caddyshack.
Dude, that would be perfect. That would be perfect to talk about.
As much as I love Bill Murray, I've never seen Caddyshack. I don't know. It's like The Godfather. I've never seen The Godfather either.
Is that true? I thought you've seen The Godfather.
I've never seen it.
I really love Bill Murray and The Kingpin.
Dude, Kingpin's another one we gotta hit up. I love the Fairley Brothers.
Great freaking movie.
You guys ever watch Eastbound and Down? I watched a couple seasons of it, but I never was able to finish it.
Sorry if this is off topic. Have you guys ever watched Eastbound and Down? Is actually one of my favorite shows like ever. I'm on The Righteous Gemstones right now, and I love it. I love all those shows that Danny McBride does. Kingpin rules. It does rule. Roy Munson.
As I was saying, like Bill,
all time, man.
Waiting with Wild Reynolds is a severely underrated one.
Yeah, I would say so. I had fun with that movie.
Waiting, dude. When Waiting came out and they started doing all the stuff like the Batwing and the Golds and the Brain, me and Adrian used to do that on each other, like as cousins. Like we'd be like trying to see which one could get the Batwing going.
And a little
it's pretty disgusting.
I did. Our cousin Chris would do that all the time, though.
He would. No, I'm serious. Like, I mean, it's not gay when it's cousins, right?
No, especially when you're like experimenting with one another. It's not gay.
It's not gay if I show my cousin Adrian my Batwing. I mean, what if I showed YouTube right now my Batwing?
Do it. I showed my mangina, and it got like 13,000 views
before we scrubbed it off.
No, it didn't. If you guys want to know, we did a podcast, and we would put the video version on YouTube, and we did an episode called "The Sexiest Horror Movies." So we talked about like From Dusk Till Dawn. We talked about Dracula, the Francis Ford Coppola one, and this guy decides to do a whole Buffalo Bill kind of thing, Silence of the Lambs. And then
right behind you. You guys were recording in the same house.
They paid to get the views, and then they bragged to everybody that we got like 13.
What do you mean we paid to get the views?
That did not get the views on its own. Somebody paid for ad revenue for it to get there.
What do you mean someone paid for ad?
How do you know it was most likely your brother.
Most likely it was Adrian himself because he just said, "How'd you know someone did?"
No, I'm saying like, what do you mean? Like, how's that work? Like, how was it paid?
We used to have a feature where you could pay to get ad revenue, and it would guarantee you a certain amount of views the video would be played before the video.
Say it in the chat.
Hey, we'll never know. That's the thing. I mean, it's
because it got 13,000 on its own. We can experiment right now. I can show my mangina right now.
It's not gay if it's on Cousins. Is a Netflix comedy special title waiting to be stolen.
If I show my mangina right now,
Bernie, we were talking about that though. Do you want to know how I know you're gay scene? It's stuff.
Yeah, Bible bonkers, dude. Yeah, I can't wait for the new episode tomorrow.
Like all of 2005 for 2 years after that, anytime you were around your brothers, your friends, whatever, you were telling each other, you want to know how I know you're gay, and it could have been just like the dumbest thing, like, oh, you're wearing a t-shirt, or you're wearing a Cubs hat, or you're wearing a Bulls hat, whatever the case may be. That you want to know how I know you're gay is just an all-time classic.
And you want to know another thing? Well, you guys talked about, can this movie be made today? And it's because, people, I know you guys probably think the jokes might offend some, and I think maybe they would. But I also want to say that I think most audiences aren't chronically online, and they probably wouldn't care if a R-rated comedy pushed it a little too far. They probably just laugh. Of course, there's going to be people that get online and they get mad, and all those things. But
Yeah,
I think if we want these movies, they just have to take a chance. Just make the movie, put it out there, and let's see if it's big.
But listen, comedies. Maybe I'm from a different era, right? I'm obviously born before 1990, so it's a different era for me. But I feel like comedies, in a sense, are made to offend. Richard Pryor offended. Red Fox offended. Fucking Eddie Murphy in the 80s with Raw and all his stuff. He offended people. The 90s, Chris Rock offended people. Right? Fucking Kevin Smith offended a whole fucking religion with Dogma. Like,
that's true.
Listen, I am one of the most, I'm not going to say the word woke or whatever, but I am very liberal when it comes to most of all this shit, right? But sometimes it goes a little bit too crazy. Sometimes it's just like, shit, dude, comedy is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to offend.
I do think it's that to an extent. But I think the main thing is, I agree with you guys, jokes are jokes. But also the people that blow smoke over, comedies are ruined. The liberals ruined comedies, blah, blah, blah. I just don't think it exists. I just think we've moved into this era where studios have programmed all of us to say, these aren't big movies. They are not worth it to see in theaters. Therefore, I will wait to watch it on Netflix. And nobody can tell me I'm wrong about that because I know for a fact it's fucking true because I see people do it all the time. And the only comedies I've seen lately that people actually went out to the theater to see were the Lost in Paradise or Paradise City, wherever the fuck that Sandra Bullock movie was. Lost
in the City of Gold or some shit like that?
What, Barb and Star?
I love Barb and Star, but it went straight to streaming because of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that would have made some money if people had seen it, but they didn't even put a proper rollout. I've never heard anybody talk about it, and I love that movie.
Barb and Star was like top 10 of the year for 2020 for me.
I thought it was fucking. That's a movie that's just like, it's just fun. It's like a joyous, fun, great side characters, but like, hey, right now people are talking about No Hard Feelings. It's staying in the box office. It's gonna,
and Joyride is gonna make it so you need these hits, right, to remind people that it is okay to laugh.
That's what I mean.
It is okay to laugh at things. It is okay to laugh at Mexicans. It's okay to laugh at fucking whatever the case may be.
Okay to laugh at ourselves.
We laugh at ourselves, right? I make fucking Mexican jokes all the time. Right. We laugh at ourselves. It's fine.
That's what I mean. The jokes are there. The problem is nobody's seen these movies.
I mean, and these Call of Duty chats, I mean, they call us wetbacks all the time. We fucking laugh.
It's crazy. Call of Duty chats just get racist.
Yeah.
Video game chats are just racist.
Yeah.
I just got to reiterate how good Elizabeth Banks looks in this movie.
And the thing is, she's funny in this. Like, she's incredibly sexy in this movie, but she's keeping up with all these guys, with how funny they are. Her, Jane Lynch, everybody in this movie could be funny on their own. And what's crazy is they just all coexist in this one movie. Even the Wet Hot movies, like the Wet Hot American Summer, like she's hilarious in that.
She's always held her own. Like, listen, as much as we want to like sexualize her, which we probably did the entire movie.
We have.
But she's a great actress and she holds her own comedically.
Yeah, no, it's true.
When she does the play-by-play for the Pitch Perfect series, she's going against another comedy legend, and she is holding herself up with him, if not even being better than him.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, the best comedians of this time, man, it didn't matter if they were male or female. They were just fucking good. Like Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, Kristen Wiig. Like they're just funny, and they're willing to do anything. Like this is kind of that peak era, man. Like it's just fearless comedians.
So let me ask you this then. What is the new trend of movies that's original? New trend.
I mean, right now, honestly, I don't know. Like we're in a weird spot right now because we're past COVID and we're seeing a rebirth of the box office and the rebirth of movies. But then Top Gun was an anomaly because it came out of nowhere, blew up, got crazy, and everybody loves Tom Cruise. but I couldn't tell you what the trend is because clearly superhero movies aren't working right now.
It's basically mid to low budget horror, and throw in some throw in some animation, but it has to be really good animation.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Spider-Verse, Puss in Boots, the bad guys. Those movies
are something original though now. You know, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm a Nintendo fanboy, and I love that Mario movie, but man, give me something original now.
Oh, you know, actually, Bernie, I thought that trailer was cool, dude. I'm excited for that movie, and to base that whole movie off just that one portion of the book, I think is really smart. The Last Voyage of the Demeter is about the boat that Dracula is aboard, and it's about him picking off everybody on the boat one at a time.
The trailer for that.
So yeah, it looks eerie. Looks really creepy.
It looks good. There were so many horror trailers in front of Insidious today, and I gotta say, for the most part, they all looked really good. Like the Nun 2, and I think I saw Victoria make this post about it. It's giving me Ouija 2 vibes, where it's like it's gonna be better than the first one, like tons better.
Yeah. It's I thought the trailer was cool. I'm excited for Talk to Me. I've been hyping that one up for a while. I think it looks good.
I'm excited for Barbie. Can't wait.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm excited for Barbie.
Bernie, when I was growing up, they called me the burrito man because I was the only Mexican in my grammar school. So my mom would bring home burritos or let me make burritos for lunch every day for me. And then the kids would make fun of me and call me burrito man.
Calm down, Flaming Hot.
No, listen, I swear to God.
That's exactly from Flaming Hot.
I know it is. But this is a fucking...
Did you just quote a movie and say it was his?
Yeah. No, it is. It is mine. For real. Like,
all right, on to the next subject.
Whatever. You guys don't want to believe me.
That's a good day, sir.
All right, peace.
It's kind of like in It's Always Sunny when Danny DeVito's like, you can't hunt a man. You turn him into an animal. He does this. And they're like, Frank, that's just John Rambo. You're describing the plot of First Blood.
Oh, my God.
You know what I love? Or is this what we're doing? We're just blocking our cameras?
Yeah, just kidding.
He's still blocking his.
So they call you the burrito man. So what happened?
I don't want to hear his sob story.
I'm just saying. I was just agreeing with Bernie because Bernie was giving me a little bit of his story.
So what's next? Did you create the Flaming Hots?
No, I didn't. But I'm not talking to you because I'm done talking to you. I was actually giving you a real piece of my story and how I felt bad, and you just really fucking took it out of me.
Well, do you, Adrian? You should see if you could get a vintage bottle of Eruption.
Eruption? What's that?
That cologne they keep advertising throughout the movie.
Oh, maybe I should. I didn't even see that, but I'll look into it.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize we're at the end of the movie, man. Yeah. We're nearing the end of the stream, and this is nearly 2 hours, and it just flew by.
Yeah, it did, actually.
It felt long.
I don't think it felt long.
You know what was great, though?
The last 5 minutes have felt long.
You know what?
Oh, because we ruined your little backstory? Is that
it? His origin story?
Y'all guys were just ganging up on me the entire fucking show is all.
You know what? For good reason, though.
No, there's no good reason. There's no good reason. I already know. Reason. Listen, Adrian is super, super jealous of you and I's like.
Bro, you're jealous because when me and Tony are together,
so that when he comes on, he's like Uber bro with Tony. He's like, I'm gonna join Tony and all his shit against Gabe. Because he's all jealous about it.
The one thing I will say is, Gabe, you try to convince our audience they should not hydrate in this heat wave.
I'm saying they're overhydrating.
Yeah, dude. No, which is wrong. There's no such thing as overhydrating. No, there's no such thing. It doesn't exist. And you're telling people this crazy scenario, this fucking in what scenario can you overhydrate yourself?
I'll tell you this. There's a story. There is a story in 1,000 Ways to Die where some guy was trying to join a frat, so he was getting hazed, and they made him drink a 5 gallons of water. He drank all that, and he
Dude,
died.
Badlands drinks 5 gallons a day.
Who?
Badlands chugs on YouTube chugs different bottles of water a day. I saw him. He chugged fucking a whole. You know those gallons for the water cooler? He chugged a whole gallon of that.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, the guy did it within like, on an unrealistic time. Though I'm pretty sure that he was doing it over a period.
Badlands chugs does it to break records, man.
Jesus.
Listen,
look up Badlands chugs on YouTube.
If you
Badlands
Google,
chugs.
you could. Yeah, there is on WebMD that you could drink too much water, and it's called overhydration and the issues that cause with it.
This is extreme hypothetical that you've.
It's not an extreme hypothetical.
But Gabe,
it's not an extreme hypothetical. You can over fucking drink water.
Let me ask you this.
You can overdo everything. You can oversex yourself. You can over masturbate. You can overdo everything there is.
But
I just don't agree.
Very rare cases, someone would die out of
It's not very rare. It's not very rare. Their fucking numbers are up there. You guys want to do all this fucking research about everything and everything. When I bring up something, it's like, oh, where's the research? Where's the research? Well, there's research on that, and you guys don't want to look it up.
God damn.
It's on you. It's on you.
He's getting so angry his computer's malfunctioning.
It is on you. This is the last live stream that we're doing on Flopbuster because I quit. I quit Flopbuster.
This is Gabe right here. He's the guy doing the marble floors.
I don't do marble floors. I do wood floors. I install wood floors.
Is that the gardener? Remember you guys' when you first put it in? What was the first position when you put it in?
Jesus Christ.
Mine was she was writing me.
I doubt it.
No, she was writing me.
No, I don't think so. That's somebody else's story. I saw that in some other movie.
Oh, nice.
That was
Congratulations. It was on Pornhub, right?
Oh, man, that's good. Who is this in the private chat? Add me. He. The real Sky Selenite. I am in the backstage. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Add them.
I've never even seen the private chat before.
What they're saying.
Legendary movie, man. This was man.
What was the longest you had sex though? In one go?
I think you just want to share these things. So no, I'm not answering any of these.
2 hours for me.
Okay, I think you just want to announce these things to
2 hours. I was watching The Hangover.
Nice.
Man, that's how I remember The Hangover. What about you guys?
I love how it ends with them just fucking singing.
I was actually, I don't know. I was watching Almost Famous.
Oh, because I got that technique from you, Gabe. Actually, like watching a movie while having sex. I got that technique from you. Actually, it works.
I was watching Almost Famous the first time I did the deed.
Well, now you can watch movies you haven't seen, like The Godfather.
Honestly, at this point in my life, I haven't seen The Godfather. I'm probably not going to see The Godfather.
Okay, so I'm going to call Gabe out again, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So do you guys ever do something, and I've seen people do this, Gabe is a victim of this himself, where they're so committed against something, they don't even know why they're committed against this thing, that they will stay committed to hating this thing. Dislike. It's like the people that say, I've never seen Star Wars and I will never watch Star Wars. And they commit to that. And their life is about that. Like to the damn T. They just stay with it. That is Gabe with certain movies. I'm not watching Mamma Mia. I will never watch Mamma Mia. And that's his whole fucking shtick.
Because I don't like musicals. You're trying to make me watch musicals. I don't like
You don't
musicals.
know that. You think you don't like musicals.
I've seen enough musicals to know I don't like musicals.
Name the musicals you have seen.
The Sound of Music.
Did you watch it in full? When
Yeah,
you
I did. I watched it in full.
Okay.
Rock of Ages, I thought that was decent. Sweeney Todd, that was decent.
Okay, so apparently you like musicals.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
like
guess, yeah.
It's
like
only two. That's only two.
So 2 of 3. That's I don't know, 60%. That's pretty good.
That's 2 of 4.
What's the fourth?
I said
Oh,
the Sound
guys,
of
no.
Music.
I guess that's the end of the episode, guys. Before you're a virgin. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. It was fun. It was actually.
I like
fun.
how you just. I like how you just cut Gabe out.
Exactly. That's it. I'm done. I'm done with the show. I'm done. I'm off the show. I'm off forever.
But I'm glad for those that stuck around and watched it with us. It was it was wild, you know. I mean, I feel bad for the people that go back and listen to this because it was kind of crazy all over the place. And
I have seen Blood In, Blood Out like once a year. I see that, Bernie, maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
Actually, Adrian has never seen Blood In, Blood Out.
And I'm gonna stay committed. The Gabe method.
Pull the Gabe method. Yeah. Haven't seen something, I'm committing to never seeing it. No.
Why would I commit myself to seeing The Godfather?
Why wouldn't you?
Or you could just watch it and see if you like it, and if you don't like it, that's perfectly fine. You don't know if unless you watch it.
It misses the time frame. Remember, I don't watch anything that was for the most part done before 1980.
Oh, but you like The Exorcist, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, it came out the same year as The Exorcist.
Hey,
Part 2 came out in 1974. So why not just watch it?
there we go. That's where
So
we're at.
I guess you can watch it.
That's where we're at.
It's within the
The
time
Exorcist was a special occasion.
Oh god. But yeah, that was the movie. I don't know. What do you guys have to say? I mean, we kept up with it. It's not like other watch along. I mean, we were on that Jason X watch along, and
I think
we didn't talk about the movie at all.
It still has its charm.
I mean, it's so
100%.
charming. It's so entertaining.
Yeah.
It's still rewatchable, highly rewatchable. It's definitely gets 4.3 out of 5 for me.
Oh, this is a 5 out of 5 for me. 5 out of 5.
It was like a 4.5.
5.5.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun stuff, guys. So I guess we had some people pop in and out. We had Julian, Bernie stuck with us at the end. Travis was there.
Yeah, appreciate everybody
yeah.
who stopped by, and hopefully this was sort of uber last minute. So next time we'll probably have more time to promote it.
And that is just my problem right now, is not doing it last minute. But fuck that, because it's kind of Gabe's problem too, because he asked me last minute.
I do, because he doesn't say anything, and I'm just be like, "Yo, hey, do you want to record this weekend?" He's like, "I don't know. Do you want to record?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I ain't got shit going on this weekend."
So
But
there's
I
a
ain't got nothing going on.
documentary called 40-Year-Old Virgins.
Because we're both working, so it's hard to get our schedules in sync right now in the summer.
That is right. We're trying to get our schedules lined up, but we'll get to it. We'll get the show back on the road. We'll see if we do any more other, regular episodes talking the news. There's nothing really to talk about right now, though.
No,
I'm practicing my ASMR.
I mean, movies are.
Let's not.
At the box office, movies are bombing. There's a lot of stinkers that came out recently. Nothing really that great. Oh, The Sounds of Freedom. I mean, that's sweeping the nation apparently.
I guess
if you're like 50 years old and you want to watch,
and all of a sudden you believe in child trafficking.
Yeah, if you're really big into that stuff, I guess that's the big movie right now.
Allegedly.
But allegedly. Yeah, I guess we'll think of the next movie. Hey, we'll take a poll. That's what we'll do.
You guys want me back?
We'll bring you back for one of them. You were I would say I would give you a solid B+ for this episode.
Cool. I felt like I was pretty tamed.
I felt you were on your best behavior. There were some things that you said that went out of line, but we were able to reel you in a little bit. But overall, it was solid. It was solid. Gabe, you got anything to say before we wrap up?
No, guys, not at all. I just, thanks for everybody for watching and commenting, and we'll try to pick a fun movie. We'll do a poll on Tony's Twitter or my Threads or whatever the case may be.
Oh yeah, follow us on Threads. Threads is the new Twitter.
Yeah.
But like this video, share it, subscribe, all those things, and join us next time. We'll pick a movie. We'll for sure do Knocked Up at some point. I know you want to see that happen, Bernie. So we'll make sure we get that on there, and then we'll run a poll, see what the next movie is.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.